Enabling participation for children and young people means that we involve them in decision making that's about their life directly. So we do this in a few different ways. One of them's through My Plan, and we like to give them feedback after we have care teams and what decisions have been made for them, and we try to keep them involved in the process. Often in children's care journeys, it's quite traumatic for them to not have any control. So having the chance to participate in the decisions that are made for them can be quite a healing experience. One of the ways that our carers can enable participation is by having these conversations in natural settings. So something that we do quite often is have conversations at the dinner table, obviously if they're not confidential or specific to the child, but it might be something as little as activities they want to do on the weekend, or goals that they might have for the future, instruments they might want to learn. Instead of giving them directives, we give them choices for what they might like to do.
If you're in the middle of doing something that they really enjoy, it's talking about, okay, do you want to do more of this, less of this? And sort of gauging opinions while the activity is happening.
Children and young people are often asked for input into things, and then decisions are made that may or may not align with the input they've given, and then they're not necessarily told, and that's something that we wanted to address through this model. So in this model, we definitely make sure that children and young people have a closed feedback loop. So anytime that they give feedback to us about something, we then are really clear around that it might take time to get back to them about that, but we do action that information, look at whether that decision can be implemented, and then close that loop by feeding back to the child or young person around what's happened and why, or what hasn't happened and why.
I think we see a reduction in escalated behaviours when we have the child as part of that feedback loop. They're not constantly left in limbo wondering what's going on and when they can expect things to happen. They have the opportunity to interact with people on their care team regularly about decisions that affect them.
It's just, constantly having conversations with the children and feeding back as much as I can to the caseworkers and my team leader in our care teams, and making sure that anything that the children request or ask for is actually put to the person who can make that decision. And if it gets pushed back, that we keep bringing it up until it's actually decided on and implemented, or we're given a really good reason why that can't happen. So a lot of that's advocating for the children.
I think we're always trying to move upwards in a scale of participation. So we're trying to move from them just being informed about the decision or consulted into actually giving them opportunities to learn how to make big decisions about their lives.